Hello everybody, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to work with the pen tool to create some paths in order to create a vector image. So let's go ahead and get started. So when we create when we use our pen tool, which is over here on the left, in this section right here with the text tool and the shape tool and the selection tools right here, these are path selection and direct selection tools. These are our vector tools that Photoshop CS6 has added and made our lives a little bit easier by adding. So go ahead and select the pen tool. You can see P is the shortcut key. And this works by making points and creating a line in between the points, and that line is a path. So I might as well just show you. So I'm going to click, and I have created a point. This is called a vector point or an anchor point. Either or is fine. Click in another area and it'll make a line. If I click again, the line is continued. If I hold and drag, I can change the shape of the line to be curved if I would like. And then as I hover over the point that I started with, you can see that the icon has a little circle next to it. That means you're completing the path. If I click, and then it creates my path there. Now I want to show you something cool that you can do. So I'm going to delete those. If we go up to the options of the path, make sure that you have rubber band checked. And I should have stated earlier, make sure this is on path up here, right here. Or else you're not going to be able to make paths, you're going to make shapes instead. So make sure that's on path. So with the rubber band option selected, if I click and make my first point, I'm not even clicking or dragging or anything like that. You can see where the line is going to be made. I find this useful, as that it's a nice visual aid in helping you figure out what you want to make. So I'm going to click, make my points, and finish off my path here. Now if I go over to my paths channel over here, or paths tab, you can see that a work path has been created. Now if I go ahead and start drawing again to make like a pyramid or something like that, you can see it's adding to the same work path that I already have. And it has created one work path out of two different paths. So if I select this, you can see that this path contains these 3 points, and this path over here contains these 3 points. I guess that's a little tongue twister there. So if you look closely, and I zoom in, looks like I did pretty well on this. If I have this and change it to the direct selection tool, click off and click back on it, I'm able to move these points around. If I move them close to the path that was there, it'll automatically snap to the point, to the other anchor point. Let me zoom back out and then zoom back in up here. Wow, I did pretty good on making these points. I don't usually get it right like that, but you can move it and have it so that it's selected like that. Now what happens if you want to add color? Let's zoom out. Let's bring in here. So go ahead back to your path selection tool and select one side of your path. Alright. And now if you try to add color with your paint bucket tool now, it's going to make everything that color. So go back. What we need to do is make this into a selection really quick. So come down here to this dotted line area and click on it, and we can make that a selection. Click inside. Now you can fill with color. I'm going to deselect. I'm going to select my other path, make that a selection, and then I'm going to add some more color to the other side and deselect. Now if I click off of my path, we can see that we've now created a vector image, and this has color, and you can use this as a vector image now. So that's how you created your first vector image using the pen tool. So now you've got some new tips or tricks up your sleeve where you can make some nice objects when you're using the regular pen tool, it's mainly used for creating some nice hard-edged objects, but you can also create other things that are rounded if you need to. Now, it's kind of hard to make a perfect circle, but I did the best I could there. Not very good. I should have used 4 points if I wanted to use a perfect circle, but you guys get the idea. You can make rounded objects, hard-edged, or anything that you really want to, and practice makes perfect when you're working with these. So keep on practicing using the pen tool. Trace some things if you really need to create them into vector objects. So this is the way you start from scratch. It's good to know the basics and how to start out. And let's move on to the next tutorial from here. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you at the next one.